welcome everyone, one and all, to my reaction to Season 3, Episode 5 of Teen Wolf Frayed. So, last time we ended on a very, sad but cute moment where, obviously, Isaac was thrown out by Derek as a way to attempt to protect him after the threats from the Alpha Pack and Derek needing to kill his betas, you know, so yikes. But it was a sweet moment because he went to Scott's place and I'm still playing in my mind that scene from Season 2, wasn't it? Yeah, Season 2, where it was like Scott showed some empathy towards Isaac and showed some emotion towards him and care. And you saw that little look in Isaac's face of like, holy shit, wait. I've rarely, if not ever, felt that from someone, that someone actually cares. So the fact that he then went to Scott's place in his moment of need was so fucking sweet. It was playing on my heartstrings. So hopefully we do get to see that friendship blossom even more. But yeah, the Alpha Pack. Ugh. Scary. They're getting scarier as the episodes go by. Obviously, we had Deucalion's big speech last episode, which I couldn't help giggling at. I'm sorry, but whenever someone does that, like, big villain speech, I can't help it. But it was still terrifying seeing how much power he had, and the very idea of, like, all of these super-powered alphas, because they've absorbed the ability of their betas, to then have someone who's done that, who is also the leader of an alpha pack, is terrifying, and I'm excited, but also very much not ready to see the pure power level that Deucalion has within him, you know. But with that said, very excited to get into it and see where the story goes, so without further ado, let's go. Oh, it was a mountain. I couldn't even tell what I was fucking looking at.
We'll stop thinking about it.
Can't.
Yeah, well, it's nothing you can do about it either.
Huh?
Everything okay?
Oh, is that why they're feeling awkward? Because of...
Checked your phone 3 times in the last 5 minutes.
Sorry to pause here, but I did literally say last episode that I know that there are queer relationships in the show, and I know that one of the twins in real life is gay. So the fact that we're now immediately having a scene between Danny and him, I'm like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Maybe that is actually where we're going. I was putting it out as an idea, but I know that there are queer relationships, and with Danny being the only queer person that we've had so far, makes sense that they would go down that route. So if that is where we're going, that would be a very cool thing to explore, considering the twins are currently with the enemy. Doesn't mean they always have to be. There could be some redemption arc. We haven't really got a lot out of the twins. The twins so far, they seem aggressive in the way that they're behaving towards everyone, but we haven't got a lot of their personalities and their, like, wants. Because the others very much have that, like, evil vibe to them, you know? Like, they are actually there to attack and take you down and everything. Whereas the twins, we haven't really got any personality out of them so far. We kind of just seen them fight and that's it. So we'll see where that goes. But yeah, is that what Isaac and Boyd were concerned about? The fact that the twins were on the bus? Well, maybe just one of them, because we haven't actually seen the other one yet, and they normally sit together. So, but yeah, was that what their concern was about, or is it something else?
Anything important? No.
The smiles and the vibes. It was dream.
Hey.
I wonder what the fuck was going on there.
Oh, buddy, you okay?
I knew it. We shouldn't have come.
We had to. There's safety in numbers.
Yeah, well, there's also death in numbers, okay? It's called a massacre.
Is it the night of a full moon?
I'm okay.
Just let me see it, okay?
Fuck me.
I can't believe he's dead. I can't believe Derek's dead.
What? Excuse me? Are we having a time jump episode? Like a fucking... We're gonna end this intro and it's gonna literally say like 2 days before. Is that what we'll get? Honestly, I was sitting here so confused thinking to myself, I was like, oh my god, why am I not remembering what happened? Like, how am I not remembering what happened last episode? It's because it wasn't something for me to fucking remember. Okay.
Do you mean the bus or the ex-boyfriend you're currently stalking?
Lydia.
This all started when he came knocking at my door.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Oh.
How do you know it's not from the archery team?
Oh, interesting. Are we going down a route of not being a, like 24 hours earlier kind of vibe, but more so being they're going to slowly show us flashbacks as the episode goes on and we'll slowly get the piece of information? I like that. I'm not going to lie. We don't really get episodes like that very often. They're normally like, you set the scene, you go back, you find out what happened, and then you get to the point where you're at. You don't really have it where you're confused most of the episode getting the bits and pieces. That's really cool.
Is that why you came here, to tell me to stay out of this? Well, I can take care of myself.
I know you think you can, but when you say I can take care of myself as a solo person in this world...
You don't think I'd have a chance against you?
I didn't say that.
Oh, you were thinking it.
Oh, I'm faster.
Prove it.
Do they kiss? Not in the right mindset at the moment, love. She immediately goes back to try to hit him. I respect it.
I was just trying to.
I got it. You made your point.
Had to be done, Scott. I know it's like knocked her confidence and also brought up feelings of the relationship, but
I'm not telling you this because I don't think you couldn't easily kick my ass if you wanted to. I'm telling you this because they scare the hell out of me.
it's like the twins so far, obviously when they're combined, they are extremely powerful. It seems as though they basically have the abilities of two alphas, which scary. But like Deucalion, that level, the lady with her feet always out, she is equally terrifying. It's like, ugh.
Going down.
Oh shit.
You're going after them?
Tomorrow. You're gonna help us.
So that's where Derek apparently dies. I'm not going to believe it until I see it. I'm very much the kind of person where I need to like physically see something happening for me to actually accept that as a truth. Okay. So it wasn't a dream, it was like thinking of the past. So did Derek fall down that shaft? Is that the person he was thinking of?
Keep your eyes on the horizon.
McCall, not you too.
No, Coach, I'm good.
No, you are not.
Well, what about the two ticking time bombs sitting right near him?
Yeah, they're the problem.
Okay, what if they do? Are you gonna stop them?
If I have to.
I don't think you can at the moment, Scott. You seem to be fucking injured. But like, why would he not be healing? That's my biggest question. Why would he not be healing at all? Was it something to do with a special kind of scratch? Like maybe someone used wolfsbane on their claws? But then would that... My question is, so we know that wolfsbane is poisonous. In the Vampire Diaries, when wolfsbane is like diluted and it's in the liquid and everything, it burns the skin. Well, actually, no, the plant itself does as well, doesn't it? If you put the plant to your face, it burns your skin. So is it in a similar sense like that in this show where like it just has to touch your skin to hurt, or does it have to go in? Because if it just because if it doesn't like hurt to have it on your skin, a werewolf could very easily like dip their claws in wolfsbane so that when they scratch it like affects the other werewolf even more. Could that be what we're getting at here? Or is it a like special kind of scratch, a kind of scratch that maybe like Deucalion himself, because we know he's like uber powerful, maybe his scratch you can't heal from or something? Like, where are we going with this?
Can't beat a pack of alphas.
That's why we're going after Deucalion.
Cut off the head of the snake, and the body dies.
Only this isn't a snake. It's a hydra.
Yeah, I would have agreed, but we know how powerful he is. I don't think all of you going against him is still going to be good.
I know who started it.
Is that what Aiden told you?
Aiden? Oh my gosh. You're keeping an eye on them and me.
Is Lydia starting something with the other twin? Is that what we're getting at here? Lydia, come on, my darling. No. If that's what's really happening here, please don't have that be true. Like, I love and adore Danny. I want to see more of Danny, but Danny isn't like a very close best friend of any of the people in our group, you know? He's kind of just a friend of everyone. Whereas Lydia is more concerning, because I think about Lydia and I think, okay, is there some kind of plan here? Is there some kind of plan to get close to her so that, I don't know, they can use her, they can abduct her, like make everyone basically blackmail them, you know, by taking Lydia?
Nothing.
Oh my god, Lydia.
They're on your waist.
I know. What am I, a nun?
Oh, I didn't know what she was getting at, but okay. That is absolute. I'm sorry. Right, I take back everything I said. That was so fucking good. Pop off.
Boy?
Oh shit.
Boy.
No. Yeah, okay, so it was Derek that went down the shaft. Oh, they went together. Oh shit, it's not a shaft. He's landing on that. Fuck. Ooh. Oh, to be fair, he does look quite dead. Oh my god, do we have confirmation?
You've known me for 17 years.
I knew you for 11, leaving the last 6 unaccounted for.
Interesting.
Same as you, wondering where the bodies went.
Yeah, but
Leaving
then
the two
where
of us
is he?
standing here to answer the all-important question.
Which one?
I would hope Derek from 2 angles. One, obviously, we want Derek to be living. Like, I don't... maybe we don't. I want Derek to be living. I don't particularly want that character to just be gone. But then, equally, the other alpha is definitely the most... I don't want to be rude, but definitely the most uninteresting of the bunch. Like, we've got Deucalion, we got Feet Lady, we got the twins. Like, so many people who have shown a lot more personality than the other guy. Like, I don't even know his name or anything. So I wouldn't really, like, I'd find it a shame if he lived and Derek didn't. But then also, this is what I was saying earlier. My big thing is I need to see a dead body to fully accept that a character is dead. And we haven't seen that. So I'm not going to believe that Derek's dead yet. But big question right now is then, where is he? Because say Derek did survive. Why has he not told anyone? Why has he not contacted anyone? Maybe because he's like in some random building healing up and he can't physically tell anyone yet, you know? Like, I'm just curious to know why he's being silent. Unless he was taken by the Alphas. Maybe the Alpha Pack found him, realized he was alive and they took him. Try and convert him or something? I don't know. I guess we'll see where we go.
How do I stop them? Don't stop them. Lead them.
Oh, are we actually going down that route now? Of Scott becoming like a faux leader? Like a faux alpha?
What are you gonna do? Kill him right here, and then what?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, fine.
Well, you're not.
Give me a chance to figure something out. Something that doesn't have to end with someone else dying.
Scott, I'm very concerned for you right now, mate.
I don't like him sitting with Danny. Yeah, neither do I. Let's see what he's waiting for. What are you doing?
Less than being concerned about Danny. Danny's like, why? Oh no, he does like him. Fuck.
Something wrong?
Actually, I was wondering the same thing about you.
Oh. Okay. So we know that Ennis got up and walked away, but why could both of them not have got up?
Open the gate, Alan. Help us.
Or maybe I just kill her.
Fuck.
I suggest you leave. Don't make me insist.
Oh. Oh, good job, mate. Stand up for yourself.
And don't think their little protege Scott won't find his way into the middle of it. They'll kill him.
But girly, why after they heal Ennis would they still not go and kill Scott? Like, that argument makes absolutely zero sense. The whole point he's injured is because they went after him. Would that guy not want revenge? Would they not want revenge? You know, like, I don't think it matters if he dies or not. They're gonna go after them.
Okay, but if we stop...
Shut it! Shut it! Seriously, it's a little bus! Stop asking me questions!
I hate him.
I love the coach and Styles. They always have the best interactions.
They're not. They've been following us for hours.
Pathetic.
Oh my god, he's fully been aware. Trust Styles to be aware.
Yeah, we just about to walk into a movie. You know, the popcorn.
I know you guys are right behind us. Put me on speaker.
Yeah.
I think he's actually getting worse. The blood's turning like a black color.
Oh.
What's wrong with him?
Blood's turning black. The only time we've seen like a black stuff and all that was, well, one Jackson, obviously, that was a big thing. But then like where we saw it later on was Gerard when it came to the mountain ash poison thingy. That made him, it either made his blood black or it made him throw up black. I can't remember the scene exactly, but it was one of those two. So did someone poison them all? Like, why is the Alpha not healing either? Obviously he has sustained some major injuries, so that could be why. But is he equally not healing at all? Because if so, then we know that it's not just Scott, and it must have been something to do with the environment that they were in. Like, what was in that environment that's making it that they're not all healing?
5 minutes for a bathroom break, okay? We've been on this thing for like 3 hours. It's 60 miles to the next rest stop. Let me talk.
Get back to your seat, Zelensky!
Okay!
Jesus Christ. Make Jared throw up.
Hey, Jared. How you doing?
Oh, bless you, Jared. Good luck.
Jared, you suck!
Jared, you suck is fucking crazy. From a teacher. Oh, Christ. It's like a million times worse.
It could be psychological.
What
Yeah.
do you mean, like psychosomatic?
It's metaphoric. Yes.
Maybe related to thinking that Derek's dead? Oh, do you think that he feels guilty for Derek dying? He thinks that maybe, like, I don't think it was at all, but he thinks maybe that it was his fault. And so he's thinking to himself, subconsciously, obviously, that he doesn't deserve to heal. He should have been the one to die, not Derek, you know, that kind of vibe.
Come on.
God.
Unbelievable. One simple little task. This is all too much for you to handle.
Oh, wow.
How do we approach a situation like this?
Clinically and unemotional.
Then stop crying and do it.
Sorry for not speaking much there. I was just kind of like taking it in. I am concerned. Like, a part of me's thinking, Allison, obviously this whole time I've been thinking, Allison, you need therapy. And we know that she's technically seeing someone. But she's seeing the supernatural lady who we can't trust. So it's like she can't actually be open and honest about everything. So bloody hell, bless your heart. Like, the only thing that I would say in a situation like this is you do actually need to seek therapy. But apart from Supernatural Lady, she can't talk to anyone realistically about anything that happened. So, fuck. Like, I'm so sorry, my sweetheart. I'm so sorry you're going through this. I'm just, I don't know what else to say. Like, I don't know if she's going through some kind of like psychotic break, or this is just some kind of like coping mechanism. Like, I don't know what this is, but ooh, we got to be careful, Allison. Because I'm all for this if this is like her way of coping with life at the moment. And it's her way to process the day-to-day. But if this becomes like an actual habit of like her actually seeing her mum all the time, that's concerning. I have to say it's concerning. So anyway. Does he stop breathing? Bitch. He's replaying it in his head over and over. Fucking hell. He's still here? Wake up, you fucker.
Scott!
Yes!
It's my fault.
No. End of the day, Scott, it was not your plan to go in there and try and kill Deucalion, so that was actually a really good job, Allison. You did fucking a bunch of stitches, golf. My question is, though, when he goes to heal, will that not be a problem?
What are you getting?
Mexican.
I love Mexican spicy.
Okay.
We're just gonna talk to him. Try to reason with him.
What? Nothing. It's just I'm actually kind of hungry now.
Trying to understand the timeline here. So they decided to, well, mainly Scott decided to go and talk to Deucalion rather than go through with like Derek's plan and everything. Could it have been that they went to save Scott, they went to help Scott, and that's why he blames himself? Because if he hadn't gone and talked to Deucalion himself, they wouldn't have been put in that position.
You didn't come alone. I'm not talking about Isaac.
Oh, they followed them? Ah. I hate how her feet are like a main thing. It didn't look like everyone was here when we had the flashbacks. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh shit. That gave very much alpha vibes there, Scott.
Surprisingly optimistic. He's gonna make it.
Is he gonna kill him? I think he's gonna kill him.
I think you might have overestimated his odds.
Why? Like, I know that he killed all of his betas and absorbed their power, but I would assume, well, whatever magical system allows for this whole like alpha beta system to exist and everything, I assume that it's very much locked to you killing your own betas. Can other alphas, even if they follow you, count as betas? I wouldn't think so. So I wouldn't think that he'd be able to absorb that guy's abilities. So why kill? Oh, he wasn't doing it for a magical reason. He was doing it to set the others off, to then get them like rageful and go after Scott and everyone. Is that what we're getting at here? He wanted to use it more for like its psychological purpose of sending the others into like full-on revenge mode. Because I assume he's not going to reveal to anyone that he just killed him. I think the whole plan is like, oh no, he succumbed to his injuries, so. Shit.
That wasn't for Derek.
Yep. Jesus, girly. She obviously cared about him. Oh my god, I didn't think that was hair just then. I thought that was like the black stuff on his injury, and I was like, what? The fact that we got this fucked up and Deucalion didn't even join in is the most concerning thing about this. You know? Like, they don't even need Deucalion to join, but if he did...
Couple of useless teenagers?
Jesus.
Some have more promise than others.
What'll it be, Derek? Pack or family?
Why is the pack not also family? You know what I mean? Why can't everyone be family? Does he just grab Ennis and lob him over? Like... Oh, Allison joining in threw everything off. Ah, interesting. Pop off girly then, if she turned the tables.
It's called threading the needle. It's finding a safe path between two opposing forces.
Sounds like saving your own ass.
Yeah, very selfish point of view. It's like there is a very selfish point of view, but obviously I'm not going to sit here and say that I don't understand where Allison's father's coming from. He's a father trying to protect his daughter, and I would normally completely agree. But Allison's skills are actually pretty fucking useful when it comes to find werewolves. Like, they very much can take on a group of werewolves themselves if it's a pack of alphas. Like, they're going to take on any actual pack. But if you combine the abilities of, like, modern technology with the flashing and all of that, and Allison being, like, a distance fighter rather than an up-close and personal, they have a much better chance. So I understand where Dad's coming from, but I want Allison to actually fully delve into our group and fully fight everyone, you know? At this point, Girly is needed. Ooh. Oh, fuck. Wait, what? How does that make sense? Excuse me? Because he went back to his other eyes, but was that a moment of, like, how do I put this? Like, a moment of showing alpha tendencies just because of pure willpower? Like, pure strength of the mind. Like, it's been very evident that Scott is a fantastic leader. Like, Scott would make a fantastic alpha. That's been very clear from, well, I was about to say from season 1. I would say from season 2. Season 1 Scott, maybe not. But it's been evident for a while that he would make a fantastic alpha. And so that was interesting, because I was literally saying earlier in the episode, wasn't I? The idea that you can't create more alphas. But maybe I was wrong then. Maybe you can. Maybe once you show the tendencies needed to be an alpha, you naturally transform into one. So that's why Scott blames himself more, because he, like, started the action that made them then fall in.
Some ancient cultures sacrifice people in preparation for battle.
I love Lydia.
So we got alpha werewolves against a dark druid.
Lydia's, like, got all of the knowledge of the world in her head, apparently, and I fucking love it.
Remember that whole thing that we talked about? Thanks for not listening.
Yeah. The battle took a huge shift when Allison turned up. I think it did because they didn't expect her.
I don't think you really know what you've gotten yourself into here.
It's a little late to be playing Big Brother, don't you think?
Oh, they're related? Uh-oh. Oh, did he go to her, Derek? Yeah, okay. Why would Derek go to her of anyone? That's confused me, because I brought up last episode the fact that they were like I never know what to call it, because is it like production made a very big effort to try and show us that there were some feelings between Derek and that lady, and that there would probably be stuff starting. That's what I was reading from the scenes. But why would Derek go to her when he's injured? Like, I understand maybe something beginning in, like, something starting between those two, something romantically, but it hasn't started yet. Like, that connection isn't there yet. So why did he think that he was safe going to her rather than finding, like, for instance, his uncle or his sister? Like, I'm just a little bit confused as to how Derek has ended up there, where his mind is at, you know? I guess we'll have to wait till next episode to actually find that out. But yeah, great episode, like always. Really loving the season. It has been a major step up from season 2, and I still loved season 2. Like, I think it's definitely that vibe. I found it in the originals as well when I've been editing season 1. Not the latter half of season 1, I will say that, but the early days of season 1, I didn't realize that they weren't as good until I got to season 3. And I kind of was like, oh, retrospectively, looking back, they were not as good quality, even though I loved them then. And I think the same thing's going to happen with Teen Wolf here. It's like, I loved season 1. I loved season 2. I think on a rewatch, I'm going to notice those parts of each season that felt a little bit lacking, which is a shame, but it does also just speak to the fact that the show is just getting better and better. Like, I've been invested since season 1, don't get me wrong, but I'm invested in the story now. Like, every episode we're going in, I need to find out more. Like, who the fuck is this dark druid? What is going on that route? Like, why are they killing people? Is it in preparation for battle, or is it a combination of the two? Is it that they are sacrificing people for a need, for some kind of, like, power gaining, but then equally they're doing that to prep for a battle, you know? So I think it could very well be both of them, but then equally the alpha pack and everything. Like, what is Deucalion's motive here? What is his reasoning? Because he's still trying to get Derek to join them, which is weirding me out. Because, like, it's been made abundantly clear that Derek isn't exactly, like, the best alpha, and not just, like, the best alpha, but also the pack that he has are not exactly really good werewolves. Like, let's take Scott and take him out of the equation right now. We have, in his actual pack, 2 teenagers. We have Isaac and we have Boyd. So the fact of, like, gaining power by killing your betas, I assume it relates to the idea of, like, if your beta is really powerful, you will gain more from him than, say, a new beta who doesn't know what they're doing. That's the way that I'm currently, like, headcanoning this whole killing your betas to gain power. It depends on the beta's actual power themselves. So the idea of joining this alpha pack, this, like, elite pack of werewolves, you would think that they would want the best of the best. So Derek being able to kill 2 teenagers and suddenly being more powerful and everything, considering we haven't seen him be the best at making plans and everything, I wouldn't think that they would want him. So I'm very confused on Deucalion's point of view, because it seems like Deucalion is interested in Scott. That seems like the person that he's really got his eyes on, but then why even pay attention to Derek? Why put any notion into Derek? That's where I'm a little bit like, I'm feeling like we're not getting the true story here from Deucalion, and we're not getting his true motive. So I'm very curious to find out more about that. But yeah, seeing Deucalion just kill Ennis, oof. I wasn't completely surprised, only in the sense that he doesn't seem like he cares about his pack. Like, it's not a normal pack where you're the alpha and you care about your betas and you want your betas to be safe and everything. He does not give a shit. Like, Deucalion is purely power focused. That is his main drive in life. So I wasn't surprised that he killed him. I was surprised in the moment that he decided to do it when Ennis was going to live, though, because power in numbers, you know? And I understand wanting to incite the idea of revenge in the rest of your pack and wanting to get them on, like, the battlefield ready to fight, but I don't know. That threw me off that he just so unemotionally did it. Like, he purely saw Ennis as a means to an end, which, yikes, if the rest of the alphas found that out, I think that would change their allegiances a bit, but I don't think that the vet is going to risk saying that for his own safety, you know? And also because if he does that, Deucalion's probably going to go and kill Scott just to get back at the vet. You know what I mean? That's probably where his mind's at, so oof. But yeah, episode overall, I'm trying to think. It might be my favorite episode of the season so far. I really love the pure storytelling concept of throwing us into this situation where, like, everyone is aware of what happened. Everyone has that history, but we don't. And so as the episode develops, you find out more and more. You think, oh, wait, Scott is blaming himself for Derek. Why is that? And then you find out right at the end that Scott actually sliced Thingy's leg, which then resulted in them falling in and everything. So you think, that's where the guilt came from. And not just that, but the development on Allison as well, to see that this entire time she's been seeing her mother, and her mother has been speaking to her in her head, and that has been like a driving force for Allison, and obviously she's fucking struggling. I think that was a great moment to show that Allison has her scars. It's been very evident she's had her scars. She hasn't exactly been the most, like, she hasn't been herself this season so far at all. She's been very different to the Allison we've come to know. And so to find out that she's been seeing her mother is like a step up on that of, oh, she's really struggling. Like, girly is at the point of either having a mental break or close to having a mental break. So bless her heart. Hopefully we see her get the help she needs. Hopefully helping out our crew will be that help, and she doesn't actually need therapy or anything, because she's not going to be able to go find a therapist that she trusts and knows about the supernatural world. Like, they probably don't exist. So fingers crossed this will be an avenue that can help her, but like everything else, I guess we will have to wait and see. But yeah, little bit disappointed that we didn't get any more of the Dark Druid stuff this episode, because that is like really intriguing me. I really want to find out what this whole like sacrificial thing is all about, and why we're going down the route of sacrifice. Like, what is the point of the sacrifices themselves? Because we haven't got a clear answer yet. Like, we've got a few different theories running around, but we haven't got anything concrete. But yes, anyway, I believe we have a couple of Patreon questions, so let's head over there and have a look. Right, first up, do you think the trauma in Isaac's past has affected his behavior as a werewolf, especially in comparison to, say, Erica and Boyd? They all have difficult backgrounds. Do you think that each individually lends something to them in this new form? That's an annoying question, because I cannot remember Boyd's past. I'm going to be completely honest. Fuck, I remember Isaac's because it was like key to the story, but I can't remember the history that Boyd has been through, apart from obviously the torture with the alphas and all that. So I can speak on that. I think that that is definitely obviously lended Boyd to be a lot more quick to the gun. He is frustrated. He is angry at the way that they treated Erica and the way that they killed Erica, and the fact that they basically sent him down the path of almost killing people as well. And so there is definitely a lot of rage and aggression within Boyd, which is very clear to see. Like, it's very... He doesn't exactly hide it. He is very angry at them and very pissed off. Isaac, considering the trauma he went through as a child, I think that it definitely lends to this idea of him being a lot more... he's a lot more careful with his actions and his words, because growing up he would have had to have been. I mean, if he talked back to his dad, if he said anything to his dad, he probably would have been thrown in that fucking freezer again. So 1000% you can see the trauma and how that has influenced Isaac very clearly in his character, but that does not mean that he does not feel and he does not have those feelings bubbling under his skin, you know. And that's where we saw this episode when he exploded and started hitting the twin, because I think Isaac is someone who's very careful with his actions, and he's very careful and he's not quick to the gun or anything. But in a moment like that, we didn't get the full story of what happened outside. It seems as though Isaac just snapped, but that is equally understandable. Like, it could be a tiny thing, it could be the most littlest thing, but once you set Isaac off, all of that stuff that he's been keeping inside, all of that rage, all of that anger explodes. It's not like Boyd, where he's just permanently angry and he will just like take that revenge on you, because I feel like that's more of a, not permanently angry, I mean more so that like when he gets angry he like shows it, you know. And I think that that's like a very healthy way of doing it, and that's probably a like normal werewolf thing, what Boyd has when he gets angry and everything, whereas Isaac, it's not a normal werewolf thing. He's very much in control of his emotions, but in control in terms of suppression. And I think that that is what I'm saying when it comes to him exploding. It's like, instead of being like angry, you go into like a full-on primal rage, which doesn't lend itself very well to the fact that you are a werewolf and you are living in a world of people who don't know about werewolves. But he's definitely done a good job keeping that in check so far. So to loop back to the question, yeah, definitely, I think the 1000%, the trauma in Isaac's past, and obviously now the trauma that Boyd has had as well, definitely has lended to them being a little bit more unstable than the average werewolf, you know. But yes, anyway, moving on, our next and final question: what do you think of Scott's development? I think he improves with each passing season, and now he's at a stage of being a leader, becoming more confident in himself, and he's on the path to becoming an alpha. What do you think about this and his character itself? I have loved the development of Scott's character. I mean, we were talking about it earlier where I was laughing about the fact that I wouldn't have said that season 1 Scott showed a lot of leadership qualities. Season 1 Scott very much felt like a teenager who had become a werewolf. It was like the perfect representation of that mindset and that confusion, finding out more about yourself, the fear of being controlled, the not knowing who the alpha is, like all of that. And then season 2 with the Hunters and Gerard and the Kanema, it made Scott mature quite quickly. It made him like actually have to deal with some fucked up shit, which trauma is definitely the leading cause of developing earlier than others, you know? Anyone who has been through a big trauma in their lives, it makes you mature quicker, because you kind of have to. You can't have that like kid's mindset and everything and deal with certain things that happen in your life. So very much so, I think that season 2 was a big turning point for Scott, and it made him have to deal with the stuff with Allison as well. It wasn't just this like teenager in love and dealing with that puppy love and everything. It was like, oh no, I love her, I want to be with her, and I'm gonna fight for it, even though her family don't want that, even though I don't have their blessing and everything, you know. So season 2 was definitely the point of change for Scott. But going into season 3, my god, Scott has been fantastic in season 3. He has shown such leadership qualities, such, what's the correct word, like such self-assurance. Like, he knows who he is, and he's not scared of himself. He's not scared to be himself. He's not scared to show what he thinks and feels. And he is ready to fight people for what he believes in, you know? Like, all of that talk with Derek and everyone in the loft and their plan and everything, Scott was like, no, I don't agree with that. And so he went to try and enact his own plan and talk to Deucalion, potentially putting himself in a position of dying himself. Like, you're going up against Deucalion, like, you're going to go talk to him on your own? Like, that's crazy. So I think that we're definitely seeing that side of Scott that is looking out for people and wanting what's best for people, even though he's not like an actual alpha now. The flashing of the eyes and everything shows that, well, I'm taking it, because obviously I don't know about the reason really why his eyes flashed. I'm taking it more so as he's like showing the qualities needed to be an alpha, and he's kind of like, it's like he's forcing the alpha into himself. No, that didn't sound right. You know what I mean? Like, he's so clearly showing the tendencies of an alpha that it's almost like, why isn't he? You know, like, why magically has he not become one? So I'm really enjoying that side of things at the moment. I really hope we explore that next episode. I take it that Allison did see his eyes, just with like the indications that we had at the end of the episode with her talking to him about looking in his eyes and all that. So I'm hoping she has like retained that, and she's going to tell him at some point, and maybe that'll be a wake-up call for him as to where he's at in his own journey. But yeah, very excited to see more of that and see Scott's journey kind of get to a point where he actually is an alpha. It's not this whole like, oh, he's showing tendencies, but it's like, no, he actually is. But yeah, with that said, season 3, absolutely fantastic so far. Love the vibe of the episode, loving the vibe of the season, and I cannot wait to see where we go from here. But for now, thank you very much for watching. I've left a link down below to my Patreon. We're able to find the early and uncut reactions to Teen Wolf and all the other shows that I do. Also left a link to my Twitch, my Discord, and my socials, so be sure to follow them if you are interested. And Jess, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.